Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel for another educational property video. For those who are new here, I talk about property related matters that aim to educate people about the complicated world of real estate in the UK, so be sure to check out my channel for other videos that you might find useful. In today's video, I'll be covering and explaining the costs associated with buying your first home, and if you stick around to the end, I'll give you a quick tip on how you can quickly determine what your budget is roughly for buying a property. In a typical property transaction in the UK, there are a few people involved in the whole buying process. These people include a solicitor or licensed conveyancer for dealing with all the legal stuff, a mortgage broker for organising your mortgage, a surveyor for assessing the property before you commit to purchase, and the government for caressing your wallet and taking your money in the form of tax. As I said, not all of these will apply in every single case, but it will give you an idea of what kind of costs to prepare for. The first cost you need to account for is the solicitor's fees. They will likely be the backbone of the whole transaction, and they'll do all the necessary legal paperwork to make sure it's a legitimate transaction. You're essentially paying for their time, so some of them will charge on an hourly basis, or more commonly, and usually the preferred route, is a fixed fee. Depending where you are in the UK, their fees will vary, but will likely range from about £850 to £2,000 including VAT, so I'm going to say around £1,500 on average. As part of their job, they will also undertake something called searches. These are inquiries that reveal important information highlighting unseen risks attached to a property purchase, like for example, will they be knocking down half the area to build a new airport here in 5 years' time? Or was there a big nuclear spillage here some years ago and now the ground radiates green light and poses a massive threat to my health? They're usually a bit more basic than that, but hopefully you get the point. Essentially, what I'm trying to say is that for these searches, you'll need to pay on top of the solicitor's fees, and they usually cost between kind of £200 to £500 depending on how many searches need to be done. So I'm going to say on average you're looking at about £300. The next cost to consider is your mortgage financing options. Most people opt in to see a mortgage broker in order to establish how much money the lender would likely give them based on their individual circumstances. Some mortgage brokers charge for an initial consultation, which can be anywhere from £100 to £250, and some do it for free. A lot of estate agencies will have a mortgage broker that offer a free consultation, and in my experience, the advice is usually really good, and if the agency is a national corporate company, then they're expected to have a wide range of mortgage products from a large panel of lenders. If you go to an independent mortgage broker, they're likely to charge you 1% of the loan amount on application to the bank. If you go to a corporate company or a large estate agency chain, it will likely be a fixed fee, usually around £600. Regardless of whether it's an independent or non-independent mortgage broker, you're likely to have to pay for the bank's arrangement fee as well. This can be anywhere from £500 to £2,000 depending on the size of the mortgage. Once an application has been submitted, the banks will probably send around a valuer which you might have to pay for, so it's always best to double check with your broker, as valuer's fees can be anywhere from £250 to £1,000, and you don't even get to see a copy of the report. Overall, I'd say a good estimate for budgeting for mortgage fees is on average about £2,000. The next cost to consider is the surveyor's fees. It's recommended that all buyers have a surveyor inspect the property before you commit to the purchase. This is because a professional surveyor will be able to assess the condition and report back on kind of any potential issues the property has, which will help you budget for any works needed, and that can be used to kind of chip away at the agreed price to account for those works needed. There are different levels of surveys you can get, so when speaking to a surveyor, ask which one is most suitable to kind of your circumstances. The most common ones are level 2 surveys known as home buyers, and there's also level 3 surveys known as building surveys. Depending on the type and size of the house and the type of survey you need, you're probably looking to account for anywhere between kind of £400 to £900. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to account for about £800 for your average survey. Now the last cost you want to consider is taxes. This won't apply to every case, and your solicitor will probably work out what the tax implication will be, but as an overview, and at the time of kind of recording this video, if you're a first-time buyer, meaning you've never bought or owned anything in the past, or you have owned in the past and currently looking to buy something again, but not a second home, then you're exempt from paying any tax up to a value of £500,000, and then you pay 5% on anything above £500,000 until the 31st of March 2021. Other rates might apply if you're looking to buy a second home, like a holiday home or an investment property. Now that brings us to a total of £4,600 of professional fees, which is what on average you'll need to save on top of your deposit. And if there are any tax implications, then that will need to be accounted for as well. Quick tip on how to roughly determine your budget. Step 1, take your salary or joint salary if purchasing with a partner. Step 2, multiply that number by 4.6. Step 3, add your deposit to that number. Step 4, is your deposit at least 10% of that total figure? If yes, then that's your rough budget. If no, then you need to save a bigger deposit. If you found this useful or like the video, hit that like button and subscribe for more property content. Also leave a comment down below if you'd like me to cover any specific topics in my upcoming videos. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time guys.